The movie opens with a diver trapped in a fishing net deep in the ocean, struggling to free himself when a huge octopus tentacle grabs his neck and he starts bleeding. His teammates rush in and manage to pull him back to the surface. Nearby, three brothers, Feng, Xiao, and Jin, are out fishing. Feng is the eldest, while Xiao and Jin are younger. As Xiao pulls up their net, he notices a large baby octopus caught inside. At first, Xiao is about to kill it, but Feng stops him, noticing the octopus looks different and could be worth a lot of money. Instead of harming it, Feng decides to take it home. On the way, he glances at a photo in his car. It's Jimo, a girl he clearly likes. Soon after, news spreads about the strange octopus, and Jimo arrives. She's a marine scientist and is shocked when she sees She tells Feng that this octopus is unique and should not be sold, no matter the offer. Feng agrees, but jokingly adds that if she goes on a date with him tonight, he won't sell it. Jimo doesn't respond. Meanwhile, on a nearby beach, people are enjoying themselves when suddenly, a gigantic octopus tentacle bursts from the ocean and drags a girl underwater. Panic spreads instantly. People start running, and a massive octopus rises from the sea, furious. Elsewhere, a man named Lin, who owns a biotech lab, is held captive by criminals, trying to force information from him about his experiments. Just then, Officer Mark arrives with his team and takes down all the attackers, saving Lin. Mark asks why he was kidnapped. Lin explains that they discovered his new experiment and were trying to obtain it. At the same time, Jimo and her team detect strange signals in the ocean through their sonar system. The signals are unusually strong, stronger than anything they've seen before. The biggest problem? Whatever is sending those signals has never been. After analyzing it, Jimo concludes that it might be coming from a very large octopus. As they're discussing this, Lin arrives with his assistant, Finn. He asks Jimo to work on a gene mutation project. She refuses at first, but Lin offers her a deal. If she helps him, he'll assist in finding her lost experimental samples. By now, Lin has learned about the baby octopus in Feng's possession and decides to meet him. Soon, Lin and Finn arrive at Feng's cafe with a large bag. They clear out all the customers and sit down with Feng, offering to buy the baby octopus, but Feng refuses. Remember, warning. Just then, Xiao runs in and tells Feng that Jimo is outside to see him. Feng leaves Lin and goes to meet her, assuring Jimo he will not sell the octopus under any circumstance. But then, Jimo tells him about the beach attack, suggesting the large octopus might be connected to the baby, and they should return it to the ocean. Feng refuses again. Frustrated, Jimo gets angry and leaves. Meanwhile, Lin is determined to. Later, Finn sends people to steal it from Feng's cafe. Unaware, Feng continues working when suddenly, the giant octopus appears again, extending its tentacles toward the people inside. Everyone panics and at one point, it almost attacks a woman, but notices she's pregnant and surprisingly leaves her unharmed. Instead, it begins destroying. Seeing this, Feng gets furious. He grabs a knife and tries to attack the octopus, but it does nothing. The creature becomes more aggressive, causing massive destruction. At the same time, Jimo and her team detect through sonar that the massive creature has moved toward Feng's cafe. She rushes there immediately. Meanwhile, Finn's men have stolen the baby octopus and are escaping in a car. By the time Jimo arrives, Feng's cafe is devastated. But when Jimo shows up, he decides to chase after the thieves. They pursue the car for a long time, and when they finally get close, he fights the man inside, knocks him out, throws him off, and takes control of the vehicle. But just as this happens, Jimo's car ends up directly in front, leading to a sudden crash. Her car slams. After this, Feng returns to his cafe, only to see it completely ruined. His spirit breaks. The cafe was his only way to pay off his massive debt. Together, they watch the news, which reports that many people were injured in the octopus attack. Now, the beach has been completely closed off. Feng, no way left to earn money. Seeing him so broken, Jimo offers something huge. She'll sell her house to help pay off his debt. But Feng refuses. Then, Feng receives news about his brothers, who have gone out fishing. The next morning, after spending the night thinking, Feng makes a decision. Wanting to fix his life and clear his debt, he sells the baby octopus to Lin. When she believes there's a connection between the baby and the giant octopus, and the truth can only be discovered through it. But Feng dismisses everything she says as nonsense. The argument escalates, and Feng leaves with the money. Meanwhile, out at sea, Xiao and Jin feel something heavy in their net, and assume they've caught a large number of fish. Excited, they begin pulling, but suddenly, a massive octopus tentacle rises from the water and kills both of them instantly. Afterward, the octopus pushes Feng's boat back toward the shore, almost like a warning. When Feng arrives and sees his brother's lifeless body, Jimo rushes to the morgue after hearing the news. Seeing the body, she tells Feng that this confirms her theory. The two octopuses are connected. Now, it's not just them. The entire island is in danger. Hearing this, he decides to take revenge on the giant octopus for destroying his life, his cafe, and taking... Meanwhile, back at the lab, Lin has kept the baby octopus locked in... His plan is simple, to kill it and use its DNA for his experiment. But just as he's about to give the order, Jimo steps in and stops him. She cleverly distracts everyone and manages to save the baby. Later, when Jimo is alone, she gently touches the baby octopus. Surprisingly, it responds calmly, almost like it trusts her. After analyzing DNA from the victims attacked earlier, they discover that the giant octopus is actually the mother of this baby, and its age is over 1,000 years. This shocks Jimo. Normally, octopuses don't live more than 3 to 5 years. She suspects mutation, possible, but the baby shows no signs of radiation, which means something else is behind this. At the same time, Lin is in his room, opening a small box that belonged to... Inside, there's a diary, and a half-broken badge, but since half of it is missing, the number is in. Soon after, Jimo learns from the news that Lin has publicly announced the gene mutation project, even though he did this deliberately, so Jimo wouldn't back out. Furious, she confronts him, warning that such an experiment could put the entire... But Lin doesn't care at all. Suddenly, everything... Mark and his men attack the ship. Their goal is clear. They want the... After taking down several of Lin's men, they capture Lin and demand the truth about his experiment. Lin tries to calm Mark, but Mark isn't interested. To prove his seriousness, he has one of Lin's close associates thrown. Meanwhile, Jimo realizes Lin is hiding something. Taking advantage of the chaos, she sneaks into his room and accesses his computer, where she finds secret reports. But before she can finish, Lin and Finn return. Jimo quickly pretends to be hiding in the bath. Lin suspects her, demanding the reports. Eventually, when everything is brought before Mark, Finn had already sent all the reports to Mark early. She had been betraying him from the very beginning. Now that Mark already knows everything, he forces Lin to reveal the full truth. Lin finally confesses. His grandfather was a scientist in a secret German lab, where he was forced to work on gene mutation. They tested on many marine creatures, but all experiments failed, except one, an octopus. That octopus survived perfectly, but it escaped the lab. Since they never saw the final results, they assumed it failed and shut. But Lin never gave up. He spent years searching for that same octopus, which turns out to be the same giant female octopus, causing destruction. And it's her child. Lin also reveals that the original experiment samples still exist in that. Then he shows the half-broken badge. At that moment, Mark smirks and pulls out the other half of the badge. Lin realizes the truth. Mark had been manipulating him from the start. He even staged his own kidnapping to gain Lin's trust and extract all the information. With both halves of the badge, Mark can now access this. Mark then takes the baby octopus, locks it inside a box, and lowers it into the middle of the ocean, using it as... At the same time, Feng learns that Yimo is in... Without hesitation, he gathers all the money Lin gave him, and goes to a shady place where illegal... There, he buys a boat and heads straight into the ocean. Soon, Feng reaches Lin's ship, eliminates one of the guards, and takes... But he's quickly captured and brought before Lin and Mark. The moment Mark sees Feng, he orders his men to throw him into the ocean, where sharks are circling. Yimo tries to stop them, but Feng is about to be thrown. The sharks leap up, ready to tear him apart, when suddenly, the baby octopus extends its tentacle and grabs Feng, saving. Then, the giant mother octopus arrives. Mark's men immediately open fire, bullets raining down, but it has no effect. Taking advantage of the chaos, Yimo frees. Before escaping, Feng releases the baby octopus from the box, sending it back. But Mark's men start shooting at the baby too. And this pushes the mother octopus into full. It launches a devastating attack, destroying everything in it. Mark uses a powerful weapon to strike it, injuring it, but the creature retreats briefly underwater, then comes back even more aggressive, wrapping its massive tentacles around the ship. Everyone panics and jumps into the ocean, swimming desperately toward a nearby island. Behind them, the ship is pulled into the depths and completely destroyed. On the island, Lin pulls out his grandfather's map and leads everyone into a cave, where the secret. But the moment they enter, the mother octopus attacks again, emerging from the water inside. Gunfire erupts, chaos spreads, and many people are taken down before the survivors manage to escape deeper. Inside, Mark is thrilled. He orders Lin to find the original samples, while instructing Jimmo to prepare testing. Lin discovers multiple samples, while Mark explores the lab and finds weapons, placing explosives throughout. His plan is clear: destroy everything after getting what he wants. Lin eventually finds a sample, and hands it to Mark, who gives it to Jim, but it fails. Enraged, Mark shoots Lin in the leg, accusing him. At the same time, the mother octopus attacks again, taking down more. Amid the chaos, Jimmo and Feng help Lin escape, supporting him as they run. But Lin's condition is worsening, and then, suddenly heavy debris falls onto his leg, injuring him. Realizing he won't make it, Lin reveals he had hidden the real sample. He takes it out and gives it to Jimmo and Feng. Moments later, Lin dies. Feng tells Jimmo to leave with the sample, while he heads toward the explosive. But before he can act, Mark confronts. A brutal fight begins, and Mark clearly has the up. He threatens to kill Feng and forces Jimmo to test the sample. Reluctantly, and this time, it's success. But Feng refuses to let Mark win. He quickly sets the explosives to detonate in 2 minutes. Furious, Mark begins beating him bad. Then suddenly, the mother octopus attacks Mark. Using this moment, Feng grabs the antidote from Mark and escapes. Just in time, they escape the cave and jump into the water as the entire place explodes behind. After some time, Jimmo regains consciousness, but Feng is still unconscious. Terrified, she waits until finally, and not far away, the baby octopus is there. Watch. The story then jumps for 7 years. Feng and Jimmo are now living peacefully with their son, playing on the beach. But suddenly, their son starts drowning. And just when it seems too late, the same baby octopus appears, saving him, and bringing him. The boy asks them, "That story you told me about the baby octopus." Feng and Jimmo look at each other and smile, and in that quiet moment, the story comes to a close.